Hello, dreamers. Welcome back to the Mystic Hawk. Today I have a special reading. By the way, happy birthday, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your post-eclipse reading. That is the eclipse, the solar eclipse in Sagittarius on the Sagittarius South Node. So you Sagittarius, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Before I get to that, let me say welcome everybody to back to the all-new Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. It's been quite a journey to get here, to get back here. I had to go through a lot of major personal processes in order to bring you this new level of readings that I have as I reached a new level within my life. So that means that I have graduated and upgraded my reading style as well. You can find all my personal readings, anything from a quick one question audio reading, video readings also available, that's 1 or 2 questions, all the way up to my live readings, which those are excellent. That's when your loved ones come through. I grab my crystal, I channel, open the door to the green room, that's what I call it, where your loved ones come in, pick up the red line, the red telephone, and call me. I can't guarantee your loved ones come through on the live readings, but they almost always do, and it's a profound experience. I'm trying to find a way to have that translate into your personal readings as well. I mean, not your personal readings, but these readings on YouTube. The personal readings always come through very personal, of course. I do have a Mystic Hawk on TikTok. It's the Mystic Hawk 44. And also Etsy. I sell crystals, quartz crystals. Not quite this big yet, but a lot of the smaller ones, some really neat ones, don't have a lot up, but there are some in the store so far. I'm getting everything basically started here. And as you would know, Sagittarius gives me a bit of a segue into your reading. How did this eclipse affect you in your first house? Well, of course, you know, that first house is all about you, yourself, your beliefs, your identity, who you believe you are, you know, and what you believe you can accomplish, what you came into this world to bring forth. So what I've done is, these are the ancestor cards. This is how we talk here in Dreamland to the dreamers. And what I mean by a dreamer is, are you a dreamer or the dreamed? Which means, are you consciously co-creating your reality with God, Goddess, all that is? Or are you going along and allowing other people's dreams, ideas, realities, expectations of you guide your life and create your life for you? So basically, you're letting somebody create your life for you, or are you doing it yourself? Okay? So Sagittarius, I know that you guys like to do it yourself as much as possible. You know, you're very adventurous, want to go out there and get things done. One of the things I'm seeing that's come up, especially since this eclipse, is a real need. Through this card here, it says, clear your mind. You really need to clear your mind, and that means to clear the past and to stop your mind from focusing too much on the future and getting too expansive and basically overwhelming yourself with all these amazing ideas and things. That doesn't mean that you can't manifest it. That doesn't mean that someday there won't be a lot of travel. Of course, it hasn't been able to happen, especially world travel. Yes, have those visions, but what Spirit is saying, what the ancestors is saying, is you need to be right here and now, Sagittarius. Be focused in the here and now and consumed in the work that you do. As you notice, these people, they're involved in doing their work. They're involved very much in the moment. This particular tribe that lives in the jungle, they don't even keep records. There are no records of their past or their history, because they only live in the now, and they don't worry too much about the future. Of course, they're pretty rare on this planet, right? Because the whole world is being eaten up around them, including their own wonderful habitat of the jungle. But still, they're not worried. They just stay in the moment. That's where they are. I am here now. And that's where the power is. And again, as you're reintegrating your sense of self, moving into this world, this post-eclipse, and this is going to be going from, you know, going to be going from December 4th, when the eclipse happened, maybe a little bit before, all the way through March, could even be spilling over into May and June, could be up to 6 months. Really strongly for this next 3 months, between now and March, it's going to be, being able to be flexible is going to be very, very important for you guys. And in order to be flexible and successful, it's always best to stay in the present moment. In the present moment, okay, the next one they want me to talk about is the moose. So we're in the present moment. What has happened is your sense of self. The moose talks about self-esteem, having accomplished something, past a landmark, a milestone, perhaps overcoming some particular addiction, way of being, getting into certain kind of relationships, certain kinds of groups of people. You really have a lot of self-esteem because there's been a sense of accomplishment in bringing about this new sense of self, this whole new you that over this time, perhaps at first you developed it kind of in quiet. Maybe there was just a few people that knew about it, but over time it expanded and went out into the world, and you found some success with it. However, it was maybe back and forth, a lot of test, prototype, fail, kind of test the situation. Perhaps like if you're going shopping for clothes, you're trying on hats, going in the dressing room, trying on hats, this coat, this jacket, and putting together the outfits until you felt like, yes, this is me. This is who I am. This is who I came into the world to be. And what are the moose? The moose has a very loud voice. He is like the trumpeter of the animal kingdom. He gets up there and blows his horn and toots his horn and says, look at me, everybody. This is what I've accomplished. Not so much in an ego way. Yes, there is a little ego involved, but not overly like, hey, I'm the best. This is me. You're never going to catch up to my level. No, it's pretty much encouraging others through this accomplishment that you have gathered on your own. You're able to teach and guide other people, and that actually is a source of joy, this wisdom, this newfound wisdom through these accomplishments that you have made. And if you're even if you're not that old, or if you're not an old, into adulthood, perhaps a teenager, young adult, you're wise. You have a lot of wisdom for your age, and insights into people, and what makes people work, and what makes things tick, or just the world in general, and how all that works. The life force energy card that comes and says, this is time to really take this life force energy, and when we're in the now and we have this life force energy, we could really accomplish something with it. Also, all this work that you've done on yourself, you have become a vessel to be able to hold. And not just that, but kind of more like what I'm seeing with the ancestors are showing me. It's like a balloon that can be expanded and blown up so that it can rise higher. So it's just like perhaps even with helium or something, like the hot air balloon that rises up and helps you to ascend. Dreamers, I am here. I'm part of your ascension team. And I'm giving readings, and hopefully they're enough different, or my style of readings, and no judgment on anybody else's, because I've just been just as guilty as watching all these readings about that karmic did this, and they stole that person and put a spell on you and did all this. But I am trying to adjust my readings to help you with your growth, so that you can grow, ascend, and expand up out of these karmic cycles and karmic situations. That is the goal after all, right? Yes, the goal is to not be in this situation, so that we could have the real love, the real abundance, whatever that means to you. Some people really don't want or need a whole bunch of money or things or property. So there are people out there such as you, Sagittarius, that believes that everything you own owns you, baby. Right? You're liable for, you're responsible for, you have to take care of it, feed it, feed and water it, and fix it, and take it to the repair shop, and pay taxes on it, and all that stuff. And all that keeps you from being free, right, Sagittarius? Right. So whatever abundance, could perhaps abundance of freedom, or abundance of whatever you need to help you to be free. So let's see what the tarot had to say for Sagittarius, probably over these next 3 to 6 months, post-eclipse, ecliptic situations for you there, Sag, right? Post-ecliptic. I can't say that twice. Say that 10 times in a row, 3 times in a row. There you go. Oh, wow. This dude popped out. Now, I did do a reading earlier. I haven't done these in a while, so I had to do a test run. So on the dry run there, we did get the King of Pentacles reversed, and he popped out again. So this could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, masculine energy. But he's in the reverse of being very greedy, very bankerish, bad banker, slumlord. Somebody's giving you some loans and wants their money back. That's not necessarily always a person. It could be like a banking industry, something to do with finances. We have Uranus and Taurus here coming up. All 200. They just started with this eclipse, and depending on when you're watching it, whether it's December, January, February, March, anywhere in those times, you probably will know that maybe something could possibly happen within the finances. Certainly feeling some instability within a situation. The King of Pentacles, he's always the father, the married man. He's the one that brings on a real stable family. It could go all the way back to father energy for some of you, perhaps even the lack of a father in your life, for whatever reason, that there's no father figure, that masculine stable energy. So there is some dealing with some lack of stability, perhaps within a home family situation. Again, what did I just say? Everything that you own owns you. It could be you deciding to get free of all these bondages. But I do feel like to some degree that it is an oppression from an outside situation. But we create our own reality, and we also create the energies that come to us through magnetism, through perhaps thinking too much in the past or worrying too much about the future. We can forget to take care of what we need to in the now, and things fall through the cracks. So let's see what else they're going to say about this fella. Yeah, a couple cards flip over. Okay, yeah, I'm really feeling like this maybe even all the way from childhood, because the next 2 cards we have is the Eight of Swords reversed with the Hierophant. Now, this is the After Tarot deck. Let's see if we can get it on this camera. There we go. So the Eight of Swords reversed with the Hierophant. And so this guy here, and it's got gray skies in the back, so that really does depict that maybe because of a lot of things going on in the mental, that there was some depression, that you were dealing with some depression going on, perhaps because of either this King of Pentacles, an actual person, or a money situation regarding some kind of loan, finances, even mortgage, rent, you name it. In these days and times, it could be anything, or just not want to work for the man anymore, people. You know how many that's going around, right? Not wanting to do that shit anymore, not the same old way, not that same old crap anymore. It's time to be a new you. Perhaps some of you are even thinking about starting your own business, or doing something that is not in the norm, right? I do see this as cutting ties, like maybe there was a friend or someone that came along to help you cut out of that. It is reversed, so I don't know, man. If we got the Hierophant right next to it and it's reversed, I'm really seeing like the Hierophant, maybe even a divorce for some of you, getting out of these situations. Again, everything you own owns you, because it maybe not just divorcing a person, but a situation as well. But the Eight of Swords reversed, it is loosening the bonds and getting free. But in this particular deck, this guy was already showing up to cut her loose. even though she was standing there still blindfolded. But so this is telling me that even though he cut her loose, you're still staying in this old paradigm, this Hierophant paradigm, and that's somewhere. These are your old belief systems, beliefs that you could have got from childhood, church, religion, also believing in institutions, higher education. That's what you rule there, Sagittarius. You know, higher education, college, you know, things you learned way back when in school, or even from church, or for some kind of religion, some established religion. And that has really trapped your mind and into the old paradigm. So I do believe this is representing the old paradigm, and the fact that you've been working really hard to get out of that old established belief system. So let's see what else it has to say for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Really a new beginning in these next 3 months. Now, I tell people I don't do a lot of karmic readings. There's a lot of readers out there that wants to tell you she did that. They're sleeping around with this one. I will do occasionally a screamer reading if you like to entertain yourself. They're all collective. I'm not wasting my time doing those for individuals. So anyway, so this is about you and the work that you need to do on yourself. Tell us a little something. What's going on with this moose and life force energy? Let's come on with this. Continue on with the story. That's too many cards. Thank you. I'll take the top one. It's the High Priestess. So the High Priestess talking to, I really think that you're keeping your quiet. You're keeping your silence. You zip those lips and throw away the key, baby. Really tuning into your own inner wisdom, seeking your own counsel. Really not talking about your plans too much with other people. I'm hearing from some of your ancestors out there. They finally learned a lesson to keep their mouth shut. Some of you can't stop the mouth shut, but you finally quit telling on yourself. And how you know, learn some hard lessons here in the past, perhaps from this King of Pentacles dude. Not everybody, but it's just like, especially when it comes to your finances, yeah, and the work right there. I just started saying it, finances, work. You know, you've got to keep your, you know, especially if you're working on a project, you know, other people are looking into this situation, looking on, watching the person work. Let's see. And get it where you see it. There we go. It's a trial because the camera's upside down and backwards. So there we go. Somebody looking at all the work. Somebody looking on, but one person is the one in the stone statue. They're the one that did all the work and did all the hauling. And the other person's looking on. Also looking at a job well done of how you worked on yourself and recreated yourself in this situation. Okay, here's something else for Sagittarius. I see coming out a lot of stalemates. This is the Two of Swords reversed, having the two people fighting. See the two people fighting of you, but it's in reverse there. So coming out of real stalemate is something really locked in your mind between two situations, being able to finally make a choice to move forward. Could possibly be in jobs. Again, the confusion. I feel that this eclipse really brought some clarity of mind. You know, it says clear your mind is what this is saying, and definitely some clarity of mind is coming along with this eclipse, along with some powerful downloads via the High Priestess and your intuition. So, you know, Sag, I mean, I really feel like this was a clearing and opening up and a way to actually making some plans to be able to move forward after all these confusing situations. Opposing forces, but actually what that did is help you to develop an even stronger sense of self, be able to focus on your work a whole lot more, so you know what you want, you have a particular goal in mind. The Nine of Pentacles was on the top wanting to come out, but it didn't actually fall, so I'm going to put it in there. Nine of Pentacles, that is the being entrepreneur or being independent. So let's see how everything likes to come out. So put one on the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles reversed, because I really feel like this is some real stubborn, because this one's got they could both be Taurus, so it could be a real strong Taurus influence, or just someone that likes to be in control, likes things to be very orthodox, that's the way it's always been done. We've always done it that way. I'm not open to any kind of change. Yeah. That kind of guy, but he really flips out if you go against him. That's why he's in reverse. You know, I'll take your money away from you. I'll make you pay. Blah, blah, blah. Too many cards again. Let's see. 1 or 2, please. These are pretty new cards, so they kind of stick together. So I'm still training them. I'm still training them. There's one right there. The King, Queen. Miss Queenie, Queen of Wands in reverse. This could be a marriage between a reverse King of Pentacles and Queen of Wands in reverse. You would be the one, not necessarily. I'm not saying all of you are queens out there. That's just your feminine energy, or you know, we all have masculine and feminine. The Queen of Wands usually is a go-getter, but I just see, like, again, I just think it's what's been happening in the world the last year and a half. You know, that South Node in Sagittarius, that means everything went into shutdown, and here they are. You know, your travel, your money, your life got put on hold. What you normally do, that sense of freedom, that sense of enterprise, entrepreneurial spirit, really got a damper. And you know, was the man, the boss, the ones in charge up at the top told you you had to not do that anymore. You had to stay put. But you know, it's been a little bit of a loosening of the ties, but still not a whole lot. So what y'all did kind of in self-defense is, since you couldn't travel outwardly, you did more of the meditational traveling inwardly. So more of that meditation and planning and building and constructing things where you're at the best you could, those projects. It was a fight, though, to stay out of the depression. I really see that. It was a real fight to keep out of the depression and confusion. Let's do a couple more cards, see what else is going on for Sag over these next 3 months. How that eclipse impacted you in your first house. It's all about you, Sag. It changed you into a whole different person. We got a couple more cards here. Three cards, all right. So what I'm seeing right here is we have the Hermit. That's definitely what we've been going through. The High Priestess, the Hermit, you know, in the house. Some people, you know, depending on where you're at in the world, you're still in the house, right? You're still in that lockdown period. The Knight of Swords can't take off and go do things. Perhaps, I don't know, either you or someone around you, I feel like these thoughts, because you felt so stuck, that this Nine of Swords energy was really freaking angry. Perhaps you're dealing with someone that's very vindictive and angry. If you've been going through a divorce, again, I don't get into all the karmic talks. I do see problems with people. I will talk about that, but I'm not going to get in. Nah. I don't, it drains me. It drains me. It drains you to listen to it too, because I was a witness to that. I've been watching how I feel when I look at those, you know. And we are dreamers, create whatever reality you want. If there's people out there that are draining you, that are pulling you down, it could be these 3 people or these situations. Whatever court cards can represent people or situations. They're hardest ones to read in the tarot. And, you know, since so many different people, this would be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, possibly. Just somebody comes in and wrecks things and leaves, particularly. But this guy's in a battle and a fight. But when it's reversed, it's like, I feel like all the fight is gone. Like maybe in the last year and a half or something, since the South Node has been in Sagittarius, you really, you know, put out a lot of your fight, put out the fire, dulled things a little bit, because you weren't able to move and travel as you wanted to. Perhaps some of you were stuck at home with people you'd rather not be, or in certain situations, and people around you in your environment forced you to go within. But as you went within, you really discovered a whole nother level and part of yourself that you didn't know. You know, there's always this silver lining, even in this world situation that we're in, that's kind of restricted us, or even in whatever restrictions you had in your personal life, that there's a silver lining, and what you came out of it with is a sense of being an emperor in your life, of being in control. That's this moose medicine, that's self-esteem. And that's through doing the work, doing the meditation, really digging into perhaps even your shadow work or something, and mastering it. That's the four corners there. The emperor's the four corners situation. I'm seeing all this as you. I'm not going to get into this could be that person. No. This is you. High Priestess and the Hermit. Your masculine, inner feminine. Both of them deciding to finally work together to get to the bottom of a situation, to overcome this controlling hierophant so that you can become the emperor in your life. Okay? Taking control, being the dreamer, the emperor, as opposed to the dreamed, having to live by somebody else's rules and doctrine, and they tell you everything, and maybe they'll let you read one day. Or the emperor that damn well knows how to read, and he wrote out the books, right? You write your own dream, and you found out how to dream. These are the two dreamers right here, is the High Priestess and the Hermit. They are the biggest dreamers. So while you were hermiting in your cave, you've got them downloads, and you started rocking and going on some new projects. And had that not happened, you would still be in this fuck shit over here with these fucktards trying to figure out how to live in this karmic situation. Trapped up in your head, being all confused, not knowing which way to go, this way or that. And I think what you did is decided, I ain't picking either one of you. I'm picking myself. Goodbye, both of you. And I'm doing my thing. That's what I feel like what's happening with a lot of Sagittarius, is just rather be independent and do your own thing. And hey, once you become this emperor, and I'm psychic emperor, whether you are a male or a female, this is your masculine energy going out into the world to manifest, to rule. Once you become that version of you, then you can have, whatever relationship situation, dealing with the other people's ships, and be able to proceed from there. Let's see, Sagittarius. Let's do some life purpose cards. I'm going to do some life purpose cards for the Sagittarius because, this is it falling in your first house, and I know that's really come up for you over the last, year or two. What is my purpose? What am I really here for? That's very mutable. It always changes with you, right? But this was one of those times where it's one of the turning points, time to choose something else, or at least build on or do diversify within what you were already had built. Definitely see, new job or a new work situation or completion. I really see a lot of you completing some amazing projects. So what is your heart's desire? The angels are supporting you, getting and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. So the angels have been supporting you as you've been working on your heart's desire after you got clear and made a decision. I don't know what it is when I talk in these readings and I talk real fast. It causes the drainage. But I'll try not to cough too much. I think they got the microphone set up to where it blocks out the cough. I don't do it at all until I get on here. Let's see. One more card for Sad. Which one? Books. You've been reading a lot of books, been thinking about writing books. Some books are a big part of your life purpose. Perhaps some of you are going to be authors, or you really get a lot from books and studying. Avid readers just eat up the information, devour the information. So you really, whether it's books or even I'm seeing research online, but I think books are a preference if possible, just depending on who you are, where you live, what age. Some of the younger ones, of course, would rather be online, but then who knows? People still have love affairs with books. And what you have gone through over this time has given you the strength to pretty much pull through just about anything. It's really these trying times, you really found a lot of your strength and power in the situation, and will continue to through the next 3 to 6 months. So awesome. I mean, Sag, I think this is really, really powerful, because slowly but surely, and it was a little touch and go for a while. You may even had some conflicts, people, some disagreements, definitely some depression, feeling stuck, but you came out an emperor in the end. You built something, something to be proud of, and you're able, so long as you stay in the moment and keep your mind clear, okay? So long as you stay in the moment and keep everything clear, you'll be able to move forward and really start getting some things done. I'm feeling you just have to, that's the reason to stay in the moment, because things can change in the blink of an eye, and you got to be able to make adjustments and moves very quickly. You're very good at that, Sagittarius. Just think you've got an aim on somebody. You've got a bead on someone with your bow, and you just have to wait for that right moment to take your shot. And you never know when it's going to happen. Someone, whatever your target is going to move just right, and you'll be able to launch your bow, your arrow. You know what I mean, right? You'll launch the arrow right for them, so you'll be able to hit the mark, because there's a lot of planning. There's been a lot of work toward that, within and without. You've been working on yourself internally, perhaps even, practicing weightlifting, getting your body in shape, getting your mind in shape, whatever it is you do. There's been a lot of practice and effort put toward that, and the universe has been supporting you, even through a lot of the crap you've been dealing with the other people trying to interfere. Again, that's the karma, like the lobsters, the crabs in the barrel trying to pull you back down into the situation. You just have to keep rising above it. Don't let the depression take you. But I think your downloads and what you've gotten so far, the Emperor's on fire. You finally got some fire. So much. Look at all these gray cards, and finally getting some fire after the wand got drowned out for a while. So getting the fire back there, starting to have a new sense of self. Congratulations, Sagittarius. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing. Hit the little bell thing, all that, and comment. So long as you're cool about it. I really love the comments. Can't answer every one, but I do read every one of them. So thank you ahead of time for keeping them, positive, at least positive, about the reading. I mean, about the situation and what's going on. I just want to hear about you and how you have changed. How you see yourself differently this year. I'm sure you have. Congratulations on making it this far, Dreamer Sagittarius. Until next time. Sweet dreams, dreamers. Bye now.